Hey friends, it's Just the Gems. I'm Brandon. My collecting journey started with trying to repurchase all of the video games that I foolishly sold off over the years. It then sort of evolved into me seeking out all the gems that I missed out on growing up. To me, a gem was almost always going to be either a JRPG or a horror game, just to clarify the terms. However, watching game collectors on YouTube began to, fill me with FOMO. See, these people went out and they grabbed every single game they could find. They were not picky, they were not choosy. Maybe some of them were based on the price, but not so much for the game. They just wanted to have all of the games. So think like the Game Chasers, Retro Rick, all of these channels that are just seeking games, building a massive collection. Now, there's nothing wrong with that, and honestly, it kind of made me feel like I was missing out on some of the fun of collecting. Like, there's something exciting about having a goal of, collecting every Super Nintendo game released in North America, and then setting out to achieve that goal. Like, that's a fun sort of collector-y thing to do. So I started to think about what I might want to do that was along those lines, but sort of my own spin on it. I landed on the Wii U. Now, the Wii U, as you probably know, is a criminally underrated console, the second biggest flop of a console that Nintendo's ever released, I want to say. It failed basically because Nintendo didn't understand the expectations of their audience on the one hand and their competition on the other. It was a mess. However, it was a really cool concept for a console, and there are actually some really fantastic games on it. Now, many of those games, most of them, have been brought over to the Switch. So you don't have to seek out this aging dinosaur of a console to play these games, most of them. But they were found on the Wii U first. Now, in general, because it was such a flop of a console, it doesn't have a ton of games to begin with, but I still didn't feel like I wanted to go out and grab every single Wii U game that came out in North America. That seemed too broad, didn't really seem like me, didn't fit with the theme of the gem. So I decided to narrow it down further and focus on what I would consider to be just the gems.
Hey, that's the name of the show.
So that led me to decide to focus on collecting only Nintendo-published Wii U games. I've made pretty solid progress so far. I think I'm 7/8 of the way there. There's still a handful of the pricier Wii U games that I have not been able to get my hands on. Why on earth did Nintendo have to publish Devil's Third? What god did they anger? And why do we, the people, have to pay for their sins? Anyway, in this series, I'm going to go through each of my Nintendo-published Wii U games, give them sort of a mini review, but basically just kind of enjoy experiencing these games, either again or in some cases for the first time. And just in general, I want to try to appreciate Nintendo's second biggest console flop. It's the Wii U experience. And in honor of Tears of the Kingdom coming out soon, I thought, why not start with the game that brought about the end of the Wii U and the beginning of the Switch? That is The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Now, Nintendo doesn't like to have Zelda games on just one console, so of course you can play this on the Switch. Is it better on the Switch though? I don't know, maybe we'll find out. Let's see. The first thing I experienced upon putting the game into the trusty old Wii U was a game update that took for freaking ever, reminding me once more of how just incredibly awful the Wii U's download speeds are. They're atrocious. From a pure visual standpoint, this game looks essentially the same as the Switch version. Not sure what that says about the Switch, that a significantly older system can pull off the same graphical fidelity on a Nintendo flagship game. Or I don't know, maybe it's just a testament to the design work that Nintendo does. Either way, it's kind of surprising. Playing it though, it does feel like maybe the frame rate is a little worse. That might just be my rosy memory talking, but It feels a little more stuttery, a little more slow here. I am quickly recalling just how freaking god-awful the weapon breaking is. It is very bad. This game is near perfect from a design standpoint, and the weapon breaking knocks it down several pegs. Maybe we just weren't ready for such a perfect game. Maybe Nintendo knew it was a bad design decision, and they did it anyway, to protect us from the gaming singularity. That's when the world is condensed down into a video game-shaped realm of emergent gameplay mechanics, and we all have to live out the rest of our lives as NPCs with automated day-night cycles. That started out as a joke, but thinking about it, my life is already very much like that. That's depressing. So I suck at this game. I did play it and beat it on the Switch, but nothing about the controls feels intuitive, other than Y being attack. That's pretty standard, but everything else just feels so strange to me. For example, can you list off the top of your head the buttons you need to press and or hold in order to surf on your shield? I can't. Look, I'm not a Breath of the Wild hater. Like I said, I think it's a masterpiece of game design, but that doesn't mean I don't notice its faults. It's beautiful, it's epic. I'm really only playing through the first part of the game, the Great Plateau, just kind of remembering how all this stuff works, and the Sheikah Slate, the iPad that they give you right at the beginning of the game, because Zelda's like all about high technology now. I don't know, it's strange. I don't know, do I need to say any more about Breath of the Wild? People are very, very ready for the next one from reading the internet, and I'm sure it'll be good. I think I can count probably on one hand the number of Zelda games that are not good, and 3 of those are on the Philips CDI. But either way, I just wanted to take a quick look back at The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild on the Wii U. It felt like a fitting way to start this Wii U journey through all of those games that have that Nintendo seal of approval. I mean, the Nintendo seal of approval isn't a real thing anymore, but presumably if Nintendo is publishing a game, that suggests to me at least that they probably think it's good. Right? Right. Anyway, out of all the Nintendo-published Wii U games, which one is your favorite? Please let me know down in the comments, and until next time.